Hello friends, welcome to a weekend whip down where I feel like I have far too many works in progress that are just this close to being completely finished. Let's see if I can tackle them all. Now, just to clear a few things up, yes, you can probably hear my dogs panting and snoring. They are pugs, they have breathing problems. They are going to be where the people are, and currently I am the only people for them to be around. And with the project stuff, right now, my only whips are crochet and knitting projects. I do not have any like quilting or sewing or anything like that projects that are in the works, so this is just all knitting and crochet. Like I teased before, this, I really want to get this teeny tiny cardigan done. Come here. Can you see that? Is that better? This little teeny tiny cardigan. The yarn is something Peak, which is acrylic, wool, viscose, all that good stuff. It's not a recycled, but it's like a little Tweety blend. I just think that I can get this done today, and I would like to get this done today because I also have this slightly smaller version of it. This I think is like, I'll have it, the name of this linked down below. It's I think the new Baby Cardi. It's a free pattern, only has one size. This is it in Madeline Tosh Merino worsted, and this is it. This is the only size it came in. It used almost a full skein. Would probably recommend the pattern, but I did not sew on the buttons. I do not have the ends woven in, and if it is possible to get this guy done, this little guy done, then I can wash and block him and then sew on all the buttons and ends at the same time and have two baby shower gifts done right at the same time. In other simple whips that I basically need to weave in the ends, my sibling has asked me to make some like crochet book sleeve. I got this one under the light, this one under the light, another one, another one, and another. You're not even going to be able to see this under the light, it's so dark green. But my sibling asked for me to make a bunch of book sleeves so that they can, I think that they're auctioning them off for charity. Once I get a sizable quantity of those, I will ship them over to sibling and they will auction them off to Benefit Palestine or whatever. But all I need to do with those is weave in the ends. It's actually really great for stash busting a lot of the acrylic, and this is like Lion Brand homespun. I do not like working with this yarn, but I had like 2 skeins in my stash, so I was just like, you know what, for charity I will suffer through. This, it's a muscle burrow. This is basically my on-the-go knitting, and it's gonna be my on-the-go knitting for a while. And this is my last work in progress. This is going to stay in progress for an insane amount of time. You might be able to see it a little bit better now. Beautiful, beautiful color work, but also it is with Lion Brand fisherman wool, and it's feels like index of 110 degrees outside, so that is hanging out next to the chair so I can hang out with my husband while he does the video games while I knit, and that's just where it's gonna, that's just where that's gonna hang out. But I can do this, and so I'm gonna get on working on this. Come on, doggies! Bound it off. It has little buttonholes on this side. Pretty cute, 4 little buttonholes. So I'm gonna button it like that. But I have all this yarn donut left. So half of me wants to make teeny tiny little baby pockets to go on either side. But babies don't need pockets. I don't even have real pockets. I mean, I feel like realistically I can just soak this, and it's 10 o'clock, so maybe over the weekend make some pockets and sew on the pockets after soaking them. But I'm tired, and I think that being tired is going to influence what we're doing with this project right now. So we're just gonna soak this and go on to other WIPs. My hands hurt. Okay, so this is the finished new Baby Cardi, free pattern, one size, used one skein of worsted weight, Metal and Tosh merino, superwash merino, worsted weight, yeah. Not sure if it is coming across on camera, but it is like this really pretty rose pink. I think that the name of the color is copper pink. Yeah, it says solid. It's a little bit, you know, tonal. It's great. It's fine. We went with these gold buttons. It's super cute. Bam, bam, wabam. Now this is the slightly modified versions to be made slightly bigger because I was using Peak Aran, which is acrylic, superwash wool, viscose, and cotton. 100 grams, but since it had more yardage, I made it slightly bigger. And I thought that I was gonna like this color, but now that it's worked up, because I am a fan of tweed, I like my tweeds, but now that this is worked up, I think that this is just too much of the white and the black. I think that I would have preferred just the black or just the white, because right now it's looking like not very marbled bacon to me. And since I made it slightly bigger, still had a little bit of wool left over, more balls of wool left over, that's about how much is left. I did go ahead and make some pockets. Did I put them on the exact same position? No, I think this one is one row higher than this one accidentally. I thought that I was doing it right. I failed. I did fail. But now this little baby cardigan has more pocket than I do. Wabam, wabam. That will be gifted. Next on the whip down, I have these book sleeve covers that I just need to weave in the little ends with. Got my big needle right here. And then after that is done, I have this, which I think I forgot to tell you about earlier. So let's get some ends woven in. And I only have like 12 minutes left on this SD card, which I was trying to make this a quick video, and that'll sure force me to be quick with this. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the rest of these guys and catch up with you later. All right, I have my fat stack with all my ends woven in. This is just like a little e-reader cozy, not a full book cozy. So yeah, these are all my little book sleeves. Now, I think the next whip I'm gonna get rid of, I have these socks that I have maybe a row or two of the ribbing. They're just little shorty socks that I'm trying to get rid of. But I think that that is going to be my next whip down, and I think I can crush this one pretty quick while significant other does game night. Bam, bam.
2 socks. Yes, they look kind of weird. I did the fish lips kiss heel, but they are done toe up and cast off at the top, which is pretty much how I do all my socks, and that gives them kind of like a weird, like they just don't like to fold right, especially with the little gusset right there. They don't fold right, but they fit my feet well, and I like how they fit my feet. Criticize me down in the comments below. But yeah, that actually did not take very long. Significant other, I just watched him play video games because his friend that he's supposed to go over for board games was stuck in traffic, and we kind of hung out while I knitted, and he played, yeah, for a while. But I'm done now, and I still have like hours to pass before he gets home, so I don't know what to do with my time.
Okay, so as far as whipping down, I did the cardigans I finished one sleeve on one cardigan and all the ribbing, and then I sewed on the buttons and woven the ends onto. So 2 cardigans done. I'm counting those as 2 whips done. The big stack of book sleeves that I just needed to like weave in one tail for, I'm just gonna count that big stack as one, and 1 pair of socks. So that's 4 whips down. The whips that still remain are 2 muscle burrows and that big sweater. Essentially, I got half of my whips down. Can I conceivably continue to whip down this weekend? Probably not, because it's only a couple more hours that I would be willing to work, and I cannot get halfway through a muscle burrow in just a couple of hours. And I could get a little bit more done on the colorwork sweater, which would give my hands a break from fingering weight yarn for a while. But honestly, I think that I'm gonna call it good for a weekend whip down, because I got pretty much half my projects completely off the needles. I could theoretically cast on some more socks while watching Dungeon Meshi, because I just like to get like the toes started and then put them on the 2 at a time cord. But I think that I am going to practice self-care for once in my life and just like sit and write instead. And just to illustrate that, a couple days ago I hit back and then straight went into pole class, and then had one rest day, went rock climbing, and did leg day this morning. I am in so much muscle pain right now, I can barely fucking move. So it is probably for the best that I just practice a little bit of self-care and just curl up in bed with the laptop and the pugs and just work on writing instead of actually using my hands, because my grip strength was absolutely terrible today with the deadlifts after doing so much of the whipping down. Yeah, but progress is progress. Still deadlifting more than anybody who isn't trying, and I guess that's where we will end it for today. Let me know down below with any questions, comments, or concerns about how many whips you have and how you feel about like tackling a weekend whip down, especially with so many projects that close to being off the needles. Just let me know any questions, comments, or concerns down below. New videos should be up on Fridays, not every Friday, just on Fridays. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Bye. May I have the seat that I set myself up to have? This is my chair. A sizable rude.